So we are in configuration for interest calculations. We have created interest account and we have created term loan account. And in the term loan account master record, we have assigned interest indicator, right? And also, I think I gave you the notes on how the system will identify the rate of interest to be applied on debit items and credit items. Did I give you the notes regarding this also? Can anybody confirm? I told you to write the notes beside the step.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Given, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, here we have configured for one term loan, but sometimes, not sometimes, of course, always the companies will take multiple term loans from different banks, and each term loan may carry on different rate of interest. So in that case, how to configure for that, right? Do one thing, below this step, write one note. Normally, for every rate of interest, we define one interest indicator and one reference rate of interest. See, for every actual rate of interest you pay to the bank, we create one reference rate of interest and one interest indicator, right? Now, here we have taken 4 term loans. HSBC Bank, we maintain one GL account, HSBC Bank term loan account. Then we have taken another term loan from American Express Bank, another term loan from Citibank, another term loan from ICICI Bank. So here, HSBC Bank is charging 12% rate of interest. American Express Bank is charging again same 12% rate of interest. Then Citibank is charging 13% rate of interest, and ICICI Bank is charging 13.5% rate of interest. So in that case, for each term loan, you maintain one GL account, right? HSBC Bank term loan account, American Express Bank term loan account, Citibank term loan account, and ICICI Bank term loan account. Now, this HSBC Bank term loan account is charging 12% rate of interest, right? So for that, we define one interest indicator, let us say PQ. Then one reference rate of interest, let us say P1, okay? Then this 12% actual rate of interest is linked to reference rate of interest P1, and P1 is linked to debit interest and credit interest terms under the interest indicator PQ. And the PQ is assigned in the HSBC Bank term loan account master record. Similarly, American Express Bank is also charging same rate of interest 12%. In that case, right, we can assign the same interest indicator PQ to the American Express Bank term loan account. But Citibank is charging 13%. So for this 13%, you define one interest indicator and one reference rate of interest. Let us say interest indicator is PR and reference rate of interest is P2. So this actual rate of interest 13% is assigned to reference interest rate P2. P2 will be linked to debit interest and credit interest terms under the interest indicator PR, and the PR is assigned in the Citibank term loan account master record. Then ICICI Bank is charging 13.5%, right? So for this 13.5%, we define one interest indicator, let us say PS, and another reference rate of interest P3. In that case, we assign the actual rate of interest 13.5% to the reference interest rate P3. P3 is linked to debit interest and credit interest terms under the interest indicator PS, and the PS will be assigned in the ICICI Bank term loan account. That's how, right, the system will identify the rate of interest to be applied on the debit balances and credit balance of the term loan account. So if you understand this logic, right, you can configure for any number of term loans. Then, assignment of accounts for automatic postings. Automatic postings means when the system calculates interest, it will post accounting entries automatically. So in that case, right, how the system knows which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited. For that, we assign the GL accounts. Here, when the interest is calculated by the system, right, the entry to be posted is debit interest account, credit HSBC term loan account. Debit interest account and credit HSBC term loan account, right? So this entry is posted by the user manually or, interest entry, no? When the interest is calculated by the system, right? The entry to be posted is debit interest account, credit HSBC bank term loan account. This account is to be posted by the system automatically. This account is automatically posted by the system. Then, when you repay the term loan, right, what is the entry we post? Debit HSBC term loan account and credit bank account, right? So here, this entry is posted by the user manually, or we can use the recurrent document functionality. Now, when you pay term loan installment of 10,000, this 10,000 includes two parts. When you pay installment of 10,000, this includes two parts, interest part and the principal part. So how much is the interest part here? It is calculated here, right? So when you pay 10,000, what does it mean? Some amount you have paid towards the interest, some amount you have paid towards the principal. Means this business transaction includes two business transactions actually. What is the business transaction? Term loan paid. So actually, term loan installment paid is a business transaction, right? Even though it seems only one business transaction, actually it includes two business transactions. When you pay installment of 10,000, you have paid interest and also you have paid principal. So two business transactions are there. Interest paid business transaction is identified with one symbol 0002. Then principal, GL account paid is another business transaction, right? GL account paid means principal paid. So principal paid is identified with another symbol 2000. And these symbols are already defined in the system. So for the symbol 0002, which represents interest paid, we assign the interest account 4,400,000. Then for the GL account paid, which represents principal amount paid, which is represented by symbol 2000 again, right? For this symbol, we assign the term loan account 100, 300. 100, 300. So as a result, whenever the system calculates the interest, right, the system will post this entry. Interest accounted to HSBC term loan account. I hope it's clear for everybody. Again, while doing the step, I will explain you. Transaction code OBV2. See, click on symbols. These are the symbols which were already defined in the system, right? And if necessary, we can also define our own symbols. Now, here 0002 represents interest paid. Then 2000 represents GL account paid. Click on accounts. Chart of accounts is equal to SSKH. Chart of accounts is equal to SSKH. Click on enter. Account symbol 0002. Account symbol 0002 within brackets. Interest paid. Currency INR currency INR, GL account 4,400,000. GL account 4,400,000. Then account symbol 2,000 within brackets, GL account paid, that is principal paid, principal amount paid, that is principal amount paid. So currency INR, account 100, 300. Don't write account 100, 300. But in the material, I have given 10 pluses. Why? Here we have 50 term loans, right? On all the 50 term loans, we calculate interest. So on whatever term loan interest is calculated, account to be debited is always interest. Okay. But account to be created is respect to term loan account. Means when the interest is calculated on the first term loan, entry posted is interest account data to first term loan account. When the interest is calculated in the second term loan, interest account data to second term loan account. When the interest is calculated in the third term loan, account to be entry to be posted is interest account data to third term loan, and so on. When the interest is calculated on 50th term loan, right? Interest account data to 50th term loan account. Like that, always the account debited is always interest account, but the account credited is only respect to term loan account. For that purpose, it is enough to assign the account 4,400,000. That's it for interest, right? But for the respect to term loan accounts, right? We have to assign like this. Account symbol 2,000, currency INR, GL account 1,300,000, first term loan. Account symbol 2,000, currency INR, GL account 1,301,000, second term loan. Account symbol 2,000, currency INR, GL account 1,302,000, third term loan. Account symbol 2,000, currency INR, GL account 1,305,000, fourth term loan, fifth term loan. Like that, we have to assign 50 term loan accounts. But instead of assigning 50 term loan accounts, right, you can assign 10 pluses. When you assign 10 pluses, the system will credit the respective term loan account. So entering 10 pluses in a field is called, right, masking of the field. So here, why do we need to assign 10 pluses here? Why can't 6 pluses? Because our GL account number is 4,400,000 only, no? Here, our GL account, even though our GL account contains 6 digits, we should assign 10 digits because the maximum length of the GL account number is 10 digits. Clear, no? That's why here I have assigned 10 digits. Click on save and enter. Now end user transactions. Term loan receipt, F-02. Let us post the receipt of term loan, F-02. So according to our example, we have taken the term loan. Let us assume that we have taken the term loan on 1st April, right? So document date is 1/4/2022. Document date is 1/4/2022. Just a minute. Yeah, document date is 1/4/2022. Type is SK. Company code SSKH. Company code SSKH. Posting date also 1/4/2022. Period 1. currency INR, posting key 40, account is 200, 100. Click on enter. The amount is 1 lakh. Business area SSKH. Now look at the scheme. Here you have to understand 2 points. Value date is defaulted as today's date. Why? Because in OBY6, global parameters. In OBY6, global parameters, right? We have selected define default value date. So defaultly, the system has taken the current date as value date. Now, if you keep the value date, see, we are posting the term loan on 1st April 2022, right? Now, if you keep the value date as 18 January 2023, what the system assumes is, even though we have issued the term loan check on 1/4/2022, the funds in that check were realized on this date. So system assumes zero balance in the previous months for the purpose of calculation of interest in the term loan account. That's why you have to change the value date. Value date is equal to 1/4/2022. Text being term loan received. Text being term loan received. Posting key 50. The account is 2,100,000. Click on enter. No. Term loan account, no. The account to be created is term loan account, right? But by mistake, I have created 2,100,000 cash account. Not ARHA, interest is automatically debited by the system. Here we are receiving the term loan. When we receive the term loan, right, debit cash account or bank account. Here we have not yet created the bank account. The bank accounts are separately organized in SAP, right? So the account to be created is term loan account, right? Now, here you can enter the amount column 0, right? Then posting key 50, the account is 1,300,000. When you make the amount column 0, that line item can be deleted, right? Already we have seen it. The amount is equal to asterisk. Business area SSKH. Then value date. Again, change the value date for the bank account, please. 1/4/2022. Value date is 1/4/2022. Text plus. Click on save. Now let us display the document. See, cash account data to HSBC term loan account. Now, term loan installment payment. Transaction code F-02. Write down there. Here, the transaction code is not there. Please write down F-02. So here, let us assume that we have paid the first installment 10,000 on 1st May. Document date is 1/5/2022. Type is SCA. Company code SSKH. Posting date is 1/5/2022. Period 2. Currency INR. So when we pay the first installment, the entry to be posted is debit term loan account, credit bank account or cash account. So posting key 40, debit for GL account. The account is 100,300. Click on enter. The amount is 10,000. Business area SSKH. Value date. 1/5/2022. Value date 1/5/2022. Text being first installment paid. Text being first installment paid. Posting key 50. The account is 200, 100. Click on enter. The amount is asterisk. Business area SSKH. Value date 1/5/2022. Text plus. Click on save. Now, calculation of interest. This transaction could be executed by the end user at the end of every month, right? Now, before calculation of interest, let us display the term loan account balance. See, first month closing balance is 1 lakh, right? Second month closing balance is 90,000. Now, let us calculate interest for the month of April. Let us see how the figures on the balances will be changed. So, calculation of interest, F.52. Chart of accounts is equal SSKH. GL account is 1 to all means. GL account is 1 to all means. Company code SSKH. Calculation period is equal to 1/4/2022 to 30th/4/2022 for the month of April. Calculation period is equal to 1/4/2022 to 30th/4/2022. Under output control, this is output control. Under output control, select additional balance line. Select additional balance line. Write down there. By selecting this checkbox, the system prints the information such as the rate of interest, amount of interest, and number of days considered in the month, etc. This I will show you in the interest calculation. So select additional balance line, then select post-interest settlements, then select update master record. Select update master record. Again, write down. Some space is here, right? Please write down. Put heading update master record. Update master record. By selecting this checkbox, the system will update. Two fields in every term loan account master record. The system will update two fields in every term loan account master record on which the interest was calculated and posted. They are number one, key date of last interest calculation. Key date of last interest calculation. It is the date It is the date on which, sorry, not on, up to. Again, I'm repeating. It is the date up to which the interest was calculated and posted. It is the date on which, up to which, it is the date up to which the interest was calculated and posted. Number 2. Date of last interest calculation. Date of last interest calculation. It is the date on which interest was calculated and posted. It is the date on which interest was calculated and posted. Within brackets, system date. So once we calculate interest, I will go back, I will take you to the master record. There I will show you these 2 fields updated, and I will explain you what the purpose of these 2 fields updated. Now, session name is equal to RFS ZIS 00. In your material, F is missing. Note the session name RFS ZIS 00. Means here session represents batch input session. Session represents batch input session. Here also, right, the system creates one batch input session. So what is batch input session? What is batch input? What is batch input?
To process a large volume of data.
Yeah. Please remember, you have to read the notes every day. Right? So batch input means group of similar items. Basically, batch input means it is a group of similar items for processing purpose. Right? So here, what is the group of similar items? What is the group of similar items? Right? Here, we have given the GL account 1 to all lines. We have given the GL account 1 to all lines. Arha, I did not get you. What's your question? Same date and amount means?
Is it like just like a recurring document?
No, not like a recurring document. Basically, right, batch input is the group of similar items for processing purpose. In the case of recurring documents, what is the similarity? The date on which accounting documents are to be posted, right? But in the case of interest calculations, right, what is the similarity? That's what I'm going to explain you now. Here, we have given the GL account numbers 1 to all lines. So between these 2 numbers, the system will identify all the term loan accounts on which interest is to be calculated. That is the similarity. What is the similarity? Interest calculation, right? So between these 2 numbers, the system will identify all the GL accounts on which interest is to be calculated, right? And it will create one group which includes all the term loan accounts. That group is called batch input. That group is called batch input. For that batch input, right, the system itself takes the name. That is the name of the program. RFS ZIS 00 means it is the name of the program which is executed within the software to calculate interest. So you can keep this name as it is, or we can change the name. But the question here is how the system identifies on which term loan account interest is to be calculated. In whatever GL account, the system finds the interest indicator. So in the terminal account on which interest is to be calculated, we assign the interest indicator, no? So in whatever GL account the system finds the interest indicator, the system will take that GL account into interest calculation. It creates one group that is called batch input. For that batch input, system itself has taken the name RFSJAS00. So you can keep this name as it is. Otherwise, we can change it. But here I'm keeping it as it is. Posting to business area SSKH. Posting to business area SSKH. Posting date of session 30/4/2022. Document date of session 30/4/2022. Click on execute. See, here, company code SSKH, interest indicator KH, calculation period 1/4/2022 to 30/4/2022. Account number 100/300. Description HSBC turnaround account, right? Then balance carried forward 0. There was no any carry forward balance from the previous year, right? Because you posted the term loan only today. Then value date 1/4/2022. Document number 20. Posting date 1/4/2022. The amount is 1 lakh credit balance. Rate of interest 12%, right? Then the amount of interest is 96.30 paisa and number of days is 30 days. So the system is displaying the rate of interest, the amount of interest, number of days considered. Why the system is displaying these three details? Because here we have selected additional balance line. Right? Now, one more thing is here rate of amount of interest is 96.30 paisa. Okay. Then closing balance including interest 1,96.30 paisa. So again, why the system is displaying this separate line? Because we have defined interest indicator, no? KH. No, not here. Prepare account balance interest calculation. In the second step, right? See, we have selected balance plus interest. Press F1. See, the balance plus interest is also printed. I told you the notes also, right? By selecting this checkbox, the system will display a separate line showing the total amount of loan outstanding, including interest. Right? So as on today, 30th April 2022, right? The total amount of loan outstanding is 1,96.30 paisa. Clear, no? Out of which you paid 10,000. Okay. Now, here in the batch input session, the system will display only the values. The values are not yet posted now. In order to post the values, we have to execute batch input session. See, to post the documents by executing batch input sessions. Go to menu system services, batch input and sessions, or transaction code SM35. So go to menu. System, services, batch input, sessions. Select the session RFSJAS00. Click on execute process. Select display errors only. Select display errors only. Click on process. After clicking on process, we add one sentence there, please. Here. After clicking on process, text is equal to being interest for April 2022 posted. Because at the time of posting the document, right, text is mandatory field. Text is equal being interest for April 2022. Text is equal to being interest for April 2022. So this is the text for debit line item, right? Then click on enter, write down please. Click on enter. It is asking for the text for the second line item. Text plus. Text plus. Text plus. Click on enter. Click on enter. Click on exit batch input. It is there now. Click on exit batch input. Now the accounting entry should have been posted. The GL account balance should have been updated. Now let us see all these parameters. To verify the terminal account balance, FS10M / FAGLB03. Let us display the balance in the terminal account. The account number is equal to 100-300. Company code SSKH. Fiscal year 2022. Click on execute. Look at the scheme. Previously, before calculation of interest, closing balance is 1 lakh. Now it has changed. It has been changed to 1,986,30. How? Double click on the total. See. See here, 1 lakh is term loan received. It is different. SHDB is different. See, 1 lakh is term loan paid, right? Then 96.30 is being interest for April 2022 posted. So total closing balance is 1,986,30. Okay, now here you have paid 10,000 installment. When did you pay this? On 1st May, right? So this 10,000 includes interest 986.30. So 10,000 installment. Installment. In this, interest portion is 986.30. So out of this 10,000, bank reduces 986.30 towards the interest. Then remaining amount 9,013.7 is reduced by the bank towards the principal. So how much is the loan you have taken? 1 lakh, right? So 1 lakh minus this principal amount paid in first installment, right? 90,986.30. So the closing balance of the loan as on 30th April is, as on 1st May is 90,986. The closing balance of the loan as on 1st May is 90,986. So when you calculate interest for the month of May, system will calculate interest on this amount. Okay, now to see the document posted, go to FB03. So in FB03, right? If you go to FB03, system takes the latest document posted automatically, right? So document number 22 takes. Click on enter. See, interest account data to HSBC terminal account. And you see the document date and posting date 30th/4/2022. Posting date also 30th/4/2022. Now, to verify the term updates in the term on account master record. I told you, two fields are updated, right? Let us go there. FS00. GL account is equal to 100, 300. Company code SSKH. Go to menu GL account display. Go to create bank interest tab. Field listed, sorry. See, key date of last interest calculation is 30th/4/2022. Key date of last interest calculation is 30th/4/2022. Means the interest is calculated and posted up to this date on this term loan. On which date you have calculated and posted the interest today. So this is for the information purpose of the end user. So if he wants to know on this term loan up to which date the interest was posted, he can come to the master record. He can come to the master record. There he can find the information. Now, in the same way, interest is calculated every month. So let us calculate interest again for the month of May. Just look at this thing. Chart of accounts SSKH. GL account is 100, 300 to 100, 399. Company code SSKH. Otherwise, you can enter 1 to all names also. Calculation period 1/5/2022 to 31st May 2022. Select additional balance line. Select post interest settlement. Select update master record, right? Session name. We can change. Interest May 2022. We can change the name. Posting to business area SSKH. Posting date of session 31st May 2022. Document date of session 31st May 2022. Click on execute. See, interest is 927.31 and closing balance on which amount is calculated is 90,986.30. Same amount. On this amount, right? Interest is 927.31. Closing balance including interest 91,913.61. So go to system, services, batch input, sessions. Select the session. Click on execute process. Select display errors only. Click on process. May interest posted. Click on enter. Text plus. Click on enter. Exit batch. Now, to verify the term on account balance, again, FS10. See, interest is posted. See here, out of this 10,000, right? Closing balance is 9,072, is reduced towards the installment, towards the principal. And closing balance as on 31st May in the terminal amount is this much. Now, click on back arrow. We can see the interest balance, interest account balance, 4,400,000. See, first month this amount, second month this amount. Then one more thing here. See, first month interest is calculated, right, on 1 lakh, right? Second month interest is calculated on 90,986. Okay. So third month interest will be calculated on some amount which is less than this amount. That means every month the amount on which interest is calculated will be going on reducing. So this method is also called reducing balance method. Now, let us display the accounting document.
Yeah.
See, interest account data to HSBC term loan account. See, document date and posting date, 31st May 2020. Then, let us display the GL account master record. See, on this term loan, interest was calculated and posted up to 31st May 2022, right? Then date of last interest run is today. Today we have calculated and posted for April and May. Like that, every month the user will be going on executing the batching procession in F-52 and SM30. So tomorrow, right, we will see the reversals, right? By day after tomorrow, general ledger accounting will be over. This weekend, Saturday, Sunday, right? I will take the classes because we missed yesterday class, right? And also, I think one more class we have missed. So I have to cover them. So this Saturday and Sunday morning, I will take the classes. Please adjust your schedules accordingly. Same time.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can you please add me in the what
Sorry,
is there anything?
sorry.
Is there WhatsApp group, sir, for this batch?
I will try to create by this weekend. I have not yet created the WhatsApp group.
Okay, sorry. I thought you shared the information of no class yesterday in the WhatsApp, sir.
No, I
Because
gave the mail.
no, I didn't receive. I thought you have shared through WhatsApp. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, a few doubts on this interest calculation, sir.
Can
Jyotish,
you talk tomorrow, please?
no problem. Okay, yeah, I'll just drop an email before that.
Sure. Thank you.